Welcome to The Essence, where we have casual conversations with impact leaders, quick pulse checks with no BS.
Today on The Essence, we're catching up with Evan Auyang, Group President of Animoca Brands.
So, therefore, there's a lot of economic empowerment. We believe that real jobs can be created as a result of this. And we also believe that the blockchain world could actually facilitate the, those who are not banked today, right? With decentralized finance, we have much more social inclusion.
How's it going, Evan?
Good. How are you, Katy?
I'm well. So thank you for your time. I wanted to quickly catch up with you. Let's get started. First question I have for you is, can you tell us in one sentence what Animoca does?
Animoca is a company pursuing an open Web 3.0, which is looking to allow global netizens to have true digital asset ownership. And we're spurring this ecosystem in its healthy development.
Perfect. Next one is 3 reasons why anyone should care about Metaverse.
Well, Metaverse and Web 3.0, right? We believe that ultimately this is the 3rd iteration of internet, and it's underpinned by blockchain and digital asset ownership, in which virtual economies are going to be created. If you look at kids today, as young as 8 or 9 years old, they're already on Roblox, they're already creating things. They might already be sending it to friends. So this is a part of how our young generation is growing up, and we believe we should care a lot about it because this is what the next generation wants. And as we are spending more and more time on screen, whether we like it or not, right now the internet is dominated by platforms rather than sort of what is truly owned by all of us in the virtual economies. We believe the 3rd iteration of the internet would really change how we live and work, not only virtually, but also physically as a result.
Thank you. And Evan, we've known each other for a long time, and I've known you for your impressive career track when you're leading organizations that are more in the private public sector, like Kowloon Motor Bus, GLG, Civic Exchange. Can you tell us, now that you've landed on your new role as Group President of Animoca, what are some key lessons or takeaways that you've brought with you from your previous experience?
Yeah, so some folks might look at me from the private sector experience, obviously dating back to also, my banking experience, my management consulting experience at McKinsey. So I feel like I'm a private sector person, which I guess I am. But by having worked with Kowloon Motor Bus Company, having worked with Civic Exchange under nonprofits, I also come to realize that, as my mother has told me, a leader is really important for you to contribute to society. So those are sort of some of the organizations I've involved myself with because of that core belief. So if you look at how Animoca is today, it's very much like operating like the ethos of what you would do in public transport, right? Similar to that, because you are a for-profit service, but you have to first and foremost deliver a very, very strong public service before you are allowed to make a profit, right? Because in terms of how the ethos of actually operating Web3 is what most of us believe in. And at Animoca, what we also believe in is that if you're not successful in bringing together and bring benefits to the community, we do not have virtual economies that are then kickstarted. And you, as the instigator of that particular virtual economy, would not be justified in actually earning any profits. And it doesn't work anyway, because this is all about the loops that you create, about the economies you've built. And if the participants within that are not happy, it'll just become smaller.
I love that analogy. I've never thought about public transport. And it is about, proving that you're contributing to society alongside being a profitable company. So now Web 3.0 Metaverse is quite the buzzword these days. What is the main confusion or misconception that you want to rectify? This is your chance to set the record straight.
Well, so right now, everything that is the excitement around, the whole thing about Metaverse, or what people talk about Web 3.0, and people confuse the two a lot, is really driven by blockchain, right? Blockchain is basically decentralized ledger technology called DLT, which really enables virtual goods to be truly ownable because it sits in decentralized ledgers, which it couldn't be done well without the enablement of the blockchain. Now, once it's there, it becomes unhackable, it's decentralized, and therefore is also permanent, timestamped, immutable. And it then changes everything about what we can do in the virtual world, right? Once you can really own something in space that's something actually uniquely ours. So once digital property rights are enabled, then you can start composing, you can start owning, and start trading. It becomes virtual economy as we see it, right? So Web 3.0 is really underpinned by the blockchain. It's a third iteration of the internet. Web 1.0 is called the static cover read-only web. Web 2.0 is sort of social media platform-oriented web, right? Like the Facebooks, the Googles, Tencent, Ali. Those are Web 2.0 companies. Web 3.0 companies are blockchain-based companies, right? But where you get confused is sort of metaverse, right? So metaverse is actually just a virtual environment where you can interact and do many things, right, with other people, etc. Right? So it's just a versus many things. And it can be blockchain based or non-blockchain based, right? So and also you could sort of own things within an open platform, which is true digital asset ownership, or you can own things based on somebody else's rules, right? So therefore we distinguish the two. Animoca, we call the open metaverse, a Web3 metaverse, to be what we call the true metaverse, right? And we'll call the Facebook or the Meta's metaverse fake metaverse, because it's been said that they want to charge up to 47% of what you create, and this is not the ethos of how we think about Web 3.0. So metaverse, again, it can be AR, VR, so virtual reality, augmented reality, or it could be just on a flat screen, right? It's still a metaverse. It's existed for a long time, but Web 3.0 just existed since sort of the blockchain technologies has been enabled via Bitcoin and thereafter other cryptocurrencies and now NFTs.
Great. So in essence, I guess metaverse, not all metaverse are created equal or open, and there are distinct delineations around them. Let's move on to company mission. We've heard you and Yat talk about seeing Animoca as a force for good. So could you tell us a bit about the big vision here and one example of how that is manifested?
Well, the core mission of ours is to really be a facilitator that actually accelerates the development of a healthy Web3 ecosystem, which is the third iteration of the internet powered by the blockchain. So we want to move people's data and digital lives away from platforms so that they're truly owned by all of us, rather than all of these privacy issues that we have currently, and the fact that your data is monopolized by platforms without compensation to you. So it's in a lot of ways it's sort of like digital form of digital slavery, or whatever you would then call it, right? We want to make sure that when we build out this space or this metaverse, it is an open metaverse that we look for. So we believe for that, then the power then goes to people, and then that itself creates a lot of social value, because you can have good jobs. You can do a job that is not 47% or 80% captured by the platforms that offer you that. So therefore there's a lot of economic empowerment. We believe that real jobs can be created as a result of this. And we also believe that the blockchain world could actually facilitate the those who are not banked today, right? With decentralized finance, we have much more social inclusion, and also the screen, and then when you're in the metaverse, you're actually equalized, even if you have any sort of physical disabilities or whatnot. It's just a very, very equalizing force if you put it to good. So we want to create employment. We want to make sure people are utilizing their creativity in the best way possible, is owned by them. And also we all obviously want to do this sustainably as well.
Great. So you touched on that topic a little bit. While there's a lot of positive potential and good intentions on running the company and the metaverse for economic inclusion and all those, we're all also aware of some issues around this industry, just like any other industries, right? So being carbon intensity, the cybersecurity privacy issue, also mental well-being of being on screen a lot. So what are some proactive steps that Animoca is taking to manage these risks and effects?
We are a Web3 company, but that doesn't mean that we are completely doing things that are different from what some of the existing companies would do. So we would KYC our customers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We would abide by obviously all the AMLs, money laundering, or anything that has to do with any sort of security or those kinds of issues that we are equally concerned about. To be a socially responsible company, yes, we're creating new virtual worlds and all that, but the safety of citizens and customers who participate in what we do and what we create still needs to be forefront of what we do. And obviously, the blockchain itself uses electricity, and so under proof of work protocols, especially utilized by Ethereum right now, it is consuming electricity, right? So we do wish that to participate in the industry and continue to push for Ethereum to move into proof of stake, which it is doing. We actually invest into other layer 2s and other layer 1s as well. They're less congested. And we're also chain agnostic in the sense that we believe that there are different chains that would exist in the Web 3.0. So we don't bet on any single one of them. So there's healthy development of not only good competition, but also good efficiency of resources, because blockchains itself has scalability issues typically, because it's a matter of sort of trade-off between what we call the blockchain trilemma, right? So, issues of scalability and security are the issues that right now we're grappling with. That with decentralization would be the 3 issues that the blockchain will continue to have to figure out, right? But we will be a force because we're an ecosystem player. We wish to participate in all parts of that ecosystem to spur healthy development of this.
Great. Glad to know you guys are making a lot of good headway on that. Last question I have for you is around talent. We see a lot of young people, going into investing into crypto, Bitcoins, NFTs. What is your advice to them?
Look, I've actually 2 advice. One is to the youngsters, one is to parents. Right? One, to the youngsters, obviously, learn basic coding, right? Learn digitally literate, right? They're doing that anyway. Start exploring different aspects of the blockchain. Do your own research. Don't go for what everybody is going after. Don't invest in something that you don't understand. Don't try to make fast money. It's not what we believe in either. By virtue of our good returns is because we're there early. We basically believe in the things that we invest into. Teams, ideas, whatever, right? It's not about that, it's a quick flip for profit. Anyone who goes in this area for a quick flip will just be heading itself in a bubble, right? Because inevitably, there are these things that would happen when you have new industries popping up, right? So, definitely investigate, don't go after the quick money, quick things, the shiny objects, right? So that's the youngsters. To parents, I would say that, please really keep an open mind. I've spoken to many parents, currently who still don't know what this is. You might be sort of advanced in your careers, in your lives, and you don't care to learn about this. But my advocacy to you is that remember how you were when you were raised up by your parents, and when you spend time either playing games or on the internet or doing some things that your parents don't think are valuable. Really remember that. Because this is the 3rd iteration of the internet. This is powered by the blockchain. We have already known back probably 15 years ago that blockchain will have a transformative effect on all aspects of our lives, not only within the virtual space, but probably in the physical space as well, because of its power to disintermediate, right? So learn about it. Again, once you learn about it, also don't do the FOMO thing, and don't have also keep an open mind. And don't be taken aback by sort of out of fear, uncertainty, and doubts that you might have when you hear or you read from the papers. Do your own research, right? And you stay at the forefront. There's a lot you can learn, and also there's a lot you can do to connect with your kids if you learn.
Thanks for that. I think me as a parent, I definitely got some good lessons from you. My son just started playing Minecraft, so I'm definitely staying very open-minded. Okay, we're running out of time. So the last part is some rapid fire questions for you, Evan. Overrated or underrated? You just have to tell me which one. One, ESG, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Impact, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
And then the last one is physical books, overrated or underrated?
Uh,
It's a tough one.
I would say it's underrated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, one thing you are excited about Animoca in the coming 6 to 12 months.
Well, in the next 6 to 12 months, you see a very clear sort of vision, mission, sort of alignment that is very, very outwardly communicated. We have been communicating this for a while. You sort of know what it is, but we need to get to the point where it's always consistent, those things that we're telling you. Then you don't have to keep asking me the questions about what is the impact, well, that will be very much illustrated by that point in time.
Perfect. We really look forward to seeing that. And with that, all the best, Evan and Animoca. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Katie.